Good morning, respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, and my dear friends. It gives me immense honor to welcome you all to the School of Engineering at St. Aloysius, deemed to be University, on this very special occasion, the celebration of Engineers Day. I am Asad Moidin, and I am privileged to serve as your Master of Ceremonies for today's inaugural program. Engineers Day is celebrated in honor of Bharat Ratna Sir M. Visvesvaraya, reminding us of the spirit of innovation, creativity, and service to society. Today, as we gather here, we are not only remembering history, but also drawing inspiration from it. To begin our day on a blessed note, may I invite our choir team to lead us in prayer.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. Where there is doubt, through faith in you. Oh, Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood, as to understand, to be loved, as to love and draw my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. Where there's your true faith in you.
I thank our choir team for invoking divine blessings so soulfully. With our hearts and minds prepared, let us now move ahead in today's program. To reflect on the true significance of Engineers Day, we now have a short act that highlights the life, vision, and remarkable contributions of Sir M. Visvesvaraya.
भारत के महान अभियंता, जल संसाधन के शिल्पकार और देश के नई दिशा देने वाला सर मोक्षगुंडम विश्वेश्वरैया को हम शत शत नमन करते हैं।
कर्नाटक के छोटे से गांव मुद्देनहल्ली में जन्मे एक साधारण बालक ने कड़ी मेहनत और लगन से ऐसा इतिहास रचा जो आज भी भारत को गर्व से भर देता है। बचपन से ही पढ़ाई में गहरी रुचि और कठिन परिश्रम उनकी पहचान थी।
हाँ, यही रास्ता है तेरा, तूने अब जाना है। हाँ, यही सपना है तेरा, तूने पहचाना है। तुझे अब ये दिखाना है। रोके तुझको आंधियां या जमीन और आसमां पाएगा जो लक्ष्य है तेरा। लक्ष्य तो हर हाल में पाना है।
कृष्णराज सागर बांध, बेंगलुरु की जल योजना और देश भर में आधुनिक इंजीनियरिंग के नए प्रयोग, विश्वेश्वरैया जी के कार्य आज भी जीवित है। उन्होंने दिखा दिया कि सच्चा ज्ञान तभी सार्थक है जब वह समाज और राष्ट्र की सेवा में लगे।
सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी। हिंदुस्तानी हमने कहा है तुम भी कहो, हमने कहा है जो तुम भी कहो।
1955 में भारत सरकार ने उन्हें सर्वोच्च नागरिक सम्मान भारत रत्न से अलंकृत किया। यह केवल एक व्यक्ति का सम्मान नहीं था, बल्कि पूरे भारत की वैज्ञानिक सोच और परिश्रम का गौरव था।
आज भी जब हम बड़े सपने देखते हैं, सर विश्वेश्वरैया हमें याद दिलाते हैं, कड़ी मेहनत और दृढ़ संकल्प से कोई भी लक्ष्य असंभव नहीं। उनका जीवन हम सबके लिए प्रेरणा की ज्योति है।
बच्चों याद रखो, इंडस्ट्रियलाइज और पेरिश। भारत को बलशाली बनाने के लिए विज्ञान, उद्योग और शिक्षा ही आधार है।
सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा।
आज 15 सितंबर उनका जन्म दिवस इंजीनियर्स डे के रूप में मनाया जाता है। वे केवल एक इंजीनियर ही नहीं थे, वे एक सच्चे राष्ट्र निर्माता थे।
What a thoughtful and inspiring performance. This reminds us that Engineers Day is not just a commemoration, but a call to uphold the values of innovation, discipline, and service to society. At this moment, I respectfully request our coordinators to kindly escort the dignitaries to the stage. May I request everyone to welcome them with a big round of applause as they take their places on the dais. Light is a symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. We shall now proceed with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. I request our dignitaries to kindly join together in lighting the lamp. Thank you to all our dignitaries for gracing this auspicious moment. It is now my privilege to invite Ms. Arati, Assistant Professor of School of Engineering, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, friends, and students. With immense joy and deep sense of honor, I extend a very warm welcome to each of you on this special occasion as we come together to celebrate Engineers' Day, a day that pays tribute to the spirit of innovation, creativity, and service embodied by engineers all across the world. Engineers' Day is celebrated in memory of the great visionary, Sir M. Visvesvaraya. At St. Aloysius deemed to be university, we take immense pride in our 145-year legacy of nurturing robust basic science departments. By fostering collaboration between science and engineering, we empower innovations with precision and become true change makers in the society, which is the actual essence of today's celebration. Dear students, as we celebrate your day, Engineers' Day, for the very first time in the history of St. Aloysius deemed to be university, this occasion holds profound significance. Let this be not just memorable, but spark that inspires you to uphold the spirit of innovation, excellence, and service to society. I now deem it my proud privilege to welcome each of the distinguished guests and members of our institution to make this gathering so meaningful. It is indeed an honor to have in our midst our esteemed leader, Reverend Dr. Pravin Martis S.J., Vice Chancellor of our university. Father, your constant guidance and vision continue to inspire us to strive for academic and professional excellence. I also acknowledge Father's pivotal role in shaping our school at this moment. Without him, none of this would have been possible. We are deeply grateful for your presence today. Welcome, Father. I now request Ms. Priya, Assistant Professor of the School of Engineering, to present a green welcome to our Honorable Vice Chancellor. We are equally honored to welcome our chief guest of the day, Dr. T. Lazar Matthew, a distinguished scientist, educator, and a visionary leader. His contributory journey of over 6 decades embodies the essence of engineering, creativity with purpose, and innovation for society's benefit. Having him as our chief guest on Engineers' Day is truly fitting, as he inspires us to dream boldly and work relentlessly for a better tomorrow. Welcome, sir. I now request Ms. Ashwija, Assistant Professor of School of Engineering, to present our token of love in the form of a green welcome to our chief guest. Now, a warm welcome to our registrar, Dr. Ronald Nazrat, whose visionary leadership guides the university towards growth, excellence, and an environment of learning and innovation. Welcome, sir. I now request Mr. Tenson Jose, Assistant Professor of School of Engineering, to present a green welcome to our registrar. We extend our heartfelt welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Neil Rodriguez, Program Manager for Global Delivery at Infosys Limited. With his vast experience in managing global projects and insight into the evolving IT industry, he serves as a role model for aspiring engineers in today's day and time. Now I request Ms. Devi Chandrika, Assistant Professor of the School of Engineering, to present a green welcome to Mr. Rodriguez. Welcome, sir. I also take this moment to extend a heartfelt welcome to Dr. S. Rubin, our beloved Dean of the School of Engineering. whose leadership continues to shape and strengthen the academic journey of our school. Welcome, sir. Now, a special word of appreciation to the coordinator of this event, Dr. Geeta Pinto, Associate Dean, School of Engineering. Her effort and dedication have brought this day to life in such a graceful manner. Welcome, ma'am. And I'm privileged to extend a warm welcome to my esteemed colleagues from the faculty, whose dedication and commitment continue to inspire our students and strengthen our school. Welcome all. And lastly, a special welcome to our dear students of SOE, our first batch, the heart of this institution and the true reason for every celebration like today. On this note of gratitude and enthusiasm, I once again welcome all of you to this inaugural ceremony and look forward to an inspiring session ahead. Thank you and happy Engineers Day.
Thank you, ma'am. I welcome you as well. I now have the honor of inviting Mr. Glenson Tony, Assistant Dean of School of Engineering, to introduce our distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Neil Rodriguez.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor for me to introduce Mr. Neil Rodriguez, the guest of honor of the Maiden Engineers Day 2025 being celebrated here at the School of Engineering, St. Aloysius deemed to be University. Mr. Neil Rodriguez is the program manager of global delivery at Infosys Limited. He is an alumni of Aloysius who studied here from the year 1985 to 87 and went on to do his engineering in electronics and communication from MIT Manipal. Mr. Neil is associated with Infosys for the last 23 years and specializes in management of large programs and contracts for clients of Infosys across domains. In his experience, he has worked in organizations across a variety of domains like mobile and device technology, retail, supply chain, consumer finance, telecom, and publishing services. Mr. Neil is passionate about heading technical initiatives within the company for upcoming and trending technology enthusiasts within Infosys and partnering initiatives. It's indeed an honor to have you here, Mr. Neil. Welcome, and I request you to address our students.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here at my own school and college, at my own group of institutions, and here along with distinguished guests like Dr. Lazar Matthew, and also sharing the days with the most energetic Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Praveen, Dr. Ronald, Dr. Ruben, all the energetic and enthusiastic staff and management of St. Aloysius institutions, and all my dear friend students, the first batch of St. Aloysius Engineering College. Engineering School, I think I should correct myself. So it's a great honor, and me being a student here itself, it's also very special for me. When Ruben and me were talking about what it is that will be of interest to all of you today, and he also told me there are some events going on, it's an Engineers Day. I just realized as I was thinking, I read today morning's newspaper, and they have a very interesting question about engineering in its purest and cutting edge form, right? And what's the buzzword of today? Artificial intelligence, AI, right? Everyone is talking about AI. And the question that is being asked, both there where the media is talking about it, but also a lot of young engineers, people like yourself who are in the midst of your course, and many people who have joined the companies, and especially Infosys, etc., were speaking to me. The questions they do ask me very often is, is AI going to take over and make engineering skills redundant, right? That's the big question today. Are they going to make engineers less in demand? And for that matter, very simple question. Like basically, in short, is the hype real? That's the question, right? And I think to answer this, I thought it'll be good to speak about it. It's such a disruptive thing that is happening today, and engineering is all about disruptive invention. So I thought it's a good thing to cover today, but I'll answer that question with a very short and simple example, right? And how do you look at this? The best way to look at these things is to look in the past. Disruptive inventions have been happening all through our lives and even before. So that is not new. You can take whether example of computers themselves from mainframes, which were completely inaccessible to people and got democratized to every single one of us is carrying a mini computer in our pocket today. Or you can talk about anything, digital payments, internet. But I'll take a simple example, okay, which we all will relate with, right? What is that? Photography. So photography is this one thing, whereas a skill, some years back, it was considered very niche skill and inaccessible to most people. For what reason? Very simple. Because cameras, analog cameras with all those features would be very expensive to buy. Secondly, a film roll, in our times we know how preciously we used to use that fixed roll of 32 photographs, and we had to think twice before we randomly click, not like today where you take one more, I don't look good in this angle and that angle, right? So we have gone through those, and generations before us have gone through even more in that, and it was very niche skill. The information around photography was even less accessible because you wouldn't find people to teach you easily, or books, because it's in general niche technology. This, what is that called? The shallow depth of field, right? What today it's called the portrait mode, or fast action photography, low light photography. All this was very, very difficult to do. But contrast that with today. Today, in everyone's pocket, I guarantee you there is a digital camera. And when these cameras came, right, all these settings are automatically there. They are there. You don't even need to spend much time and effort to get photographs of that quality. Now the question came, right? There was a set of photographers who, when these digital cameras came with all these features, they thought to themselves, now let me relax. This new set camera has come, and all generations before me who were practicing photography, all that they were struggling, learning and spending years perfecting, I can do it in few seconds. In fact, if I go and show them this camera and these photos, I can tell them that all what you are learning, I started my career 2 weeks ago, and now already my photos are as good as that. Basically, I can do much lesser now to achieve the same outcome as what was being achieved. And what happened to people who thought like that? What happened was that when they looked around, this technology got democratized and accessible to everyone to an extent where their skills were actually no longer in demand, because everybody's pocket has got that phone and now everyone else can also do that. So very simple thing. There were other photographers, right? But did that remove the whole photography industry out? There were some photographers who thought that he is a sports photographer, for example. Oh my God, this great new technology has come in. And it does exactly all those things that I used to do. I used to spend that precious 3 or 4 seconds before I got that action in the field where that cricketer was hitting a 6. I had to do all these settings, but now it's already automatic. So let me learn how this works. Let me understand what it does. and let me use those 2 or 3 seconds to generate more and get a better outcome of getting a better shot, a better setting, and things that this camera cannot do. So another set of people were there who thought, let me generate more out of this same and a better outcome, as opposed to sitting back and saying, now I'll relax. Now let me tell you, technology has been there from last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years almost. The wildlife journalists who go and spend months, if not years, in the forest trying to get the right one, the people who photograph sports photographers who are covering 100-meter dashes, right, and Olympics and such events, are they out of jobs today because an automatic camera came, right? So I didn't answer the question that may be uppermost in everybody's mind very directly, right? But I did show you 2 specific categories of people with 2 specific mindsets, right? And the first one is mediocre, right? I'm aiming to do what everybody did, but I'll go lesser. The second one is a growth mindset. I embrace technology, learn what it is doing, and to be very honest, learn more importantly what it is not able to do, and see where I can add value to what I'm doing today. If you are in the second mindset, I don't think anyone needs to worry about their skills not being in demand. So that essentially, I would like to close with that simple message to all of you, that with technology coming in, nobody's jobs or nobody's demand and nobody's skills are going to be ever redundant. If you do not aim to be mediocre, if you aim to be growing, to be doing more, you will always be in demand. And with that, I hope I've made my message clear, and I also hope I've inspired some of the participants in the Ideathon and some of the competitions, to do more with all the technology that is coming your way, not just has already come, but in the years to come. Okay? So wish you all a happy Engineers Day. Thank you.
We extend our sincere appreciation to Mr. Rodriguez for his kind words. I now have the honor of inviting Dr. Geeta Pinto, Associate Dean of School of Engineering, to the stage to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Laza Matthew.
Good morning, everyone. Today is not just another celebration. It is a historic day for St. Aloysius deemed to be University, as we come together to mark Engineers Day for the very first time. Engineers Day is celebrated in memory of Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, a visionary who believed that engineering is the art of tuning ideas into service for society. Today, St. Aloysius deemed to be University receives the truest tribute to his legacy in the presence of Professor Laza Matthew, a scientist and leader who has carried forward the same spirit for more than 6 decades. Professor Matthew is a fellow of 4 national and international academies, has devoted more than 6 decades to teaching, research, and technology management. But beyond these impressive credentials, his life is an extraordinary story of how knowledge, when combined with service, can transform society. As director of 3 premier DRDO establishments, including the Defense Bioengineering and Electromedical Laboratory and the Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences, he pioneered innovations in life sciences and biomedical engineering that strengthened both national defense and healthcare. After retirement, he continued to serve society with equal passion, whether as director of a mission hospital in Ajmer, dean and director at VIT Vellore, Pro Vice Chancellor of Karunya University, or senior advisor at PSG, IIT Bombay, and several other premier institutions, and today at Mahe Manipal. His leadership also reached the global stage as India Director of the Indo-Singapore Healthcare Project, SIGNET. With over 250 publications, 3 technical books, 12 patents, several awards and service as chairman of national scientific committees and international delegations, his professional achievements are vast. Yet, what makes him truly remarkable is how he has always remained a teacher at heart, guiding students of medicine, engineering, and science across universities in India and abroad, inspiring generations to see learning as a lifelong pursuit. Dr. Lazar Matthews' life reminds us that true engineers are not measured by the titles they hold, but by the lives they touch and the futures they shape. On this historic first Engineers Day at St. Aloysius deemed to be University, we offer our deepest gratitude and warmest welcome to Professor Lazar Matthew, a true engineer, a true visionary, and a true inspiration to us all. Once again, a warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now invite our esteemed registrar, Dr. Ronald Nazrat, to kindly deliver his remarks.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis, the chief guest of the day, very senior scientist, mentor, Dr. Lazar Matthew, guest of honor, Mr. Neil Rodriguez, a great friend of this institution, Dean, Dr. Ruben, the program coordinator, Dr. Geeta Mebel, and Ms. Arati, faculty members, and my dear students. At the outset, let me wish you all a very happy Engineers Day. Engineers are the dreamers, innovators, builders of tomorrow. Congratulations for choosing this profession where you have the ability to convert your dreams into reality. This institution is 145 years old, 146th year we are in. And in science education, if you find out the position of this institution, we are in 50th range for science education over the period of time. And it is when we got this deemed to be university with the visionary leadership and foresightedness of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, within a year we could achieve bringing technology into St. Aloysius. And we are very happy to announce, if you look at the institute who are there in the science education becoming deemed to be university, and the moment within a year to become deemed to be university, introducing the technological education in the university, and we are the first in the country. And on because of Honorable Vice Chancellor taking initiative quick enough. Therefore, when we talk about this Engineers Day, engineering, we talk about innovation. We have to solve the problems which are not existing, which will come tomorrow. If you look back in the history in 1960, Franz Bisleri, hope you have heard his name, who was a businessman in Italy, came to India to sell the water. He called it as a medicinal water. People in India thought that what available in India for free is water then. Where is the future for selling water? Immediately, Parle company saw the future, saw the market possibility. Problem was not there then. it saw what may come as a problem later, bought the company, converted the glass bottle into the plastic bottle, and today we see, we don't say mineral water, we say get Bisleri. Therefore, innovation is such that what problems probably we do not have, what problem we foresee in the future, solving that we need to get ourselves trained. And therefore, as rightly said by our guest of honor, it is the mindset which we need to create. The positive mindset to become innovators and problem solvers of tomorrow. And in that line, let me take 1 or 2, 3 points about what exactly our emphasis should be. One thing is having in-depth knowledge of the subject what we learn. Confidence of innovation comes only when we learn the subject in depth. Many a time we take it for granted. Many a time we do not go and find out why things happen. Give an example, all of us know 1 into 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Nobody went for asking why like that. Why 1 into 1 is 1 but 1 plus 1 is 2? In order to answer this question, there should be a curious mind. There should be in-depth knowledge of the subject. And if you go for answering this question, you should know what 1 refers to, which field it belongs to, what multiplication means, how that multiplication operates. I'm sure Arti will talk about, in case in the class, this proof of that proving 1 into 1 will go pages together. It's not that simple, but we take it for granted. And therefore, it is a time, if you want to innovate something, getting in-depth knowledge is mandatory. Let us build that in-depth knowledge so we can solve the problems of tomorrow innovation. Second thing I talk about is the interdisciplinarity of the engineering education what we have. You may be computer science engineer, you may be electronic engineer, but the problems you are going to solve, the programs you are going to write tomorrow are not having only your computer science. You need to solve the problem of chemist, you need to solve the problem of physicist. You have so many instruments at Advanced Instrumentation Center. Let me take a simple example of FTIR, what we have that. Who designs the instrument? Electronics engineer. Who designs the program for that? Computer science engineer. Who uses? We chemist. Unless you know what is vibration of a molecule, how can you design a computer program for it? If you do not know that IR radiations are responsible for change of heat, how electronic engineer detect a thermocouple, place it over there? And therefore, when you talk about the engineering, the field which you belong, if you work in silos and isolate yourself, unless we bring in the interdisciplinarity of learning, we may not be in a position to solve the problems of tomorrow. Third thing is, and the final thing is, this is a Jesuit university. Whatever innovation, whatever new things which we bring in should be for the people, the service of the people, service of those people who are marginalized and less privileged. Once Dr. Abdul Kalam, our president then, he was asked with a question. Which is the bliss moment for you? Which is the happy moment for you? You in 1980 were responsible for launching a rocket. After that, there were series of missiles, Agni, Nash missiles, 5 at a stretch you launched. Then you were the mastermind of Pokhran. You became the president of India. Which is the bliss moment, happy moment for you? When asked, Dr. Abdul Kalam says, none of them. Then which is the moment? He says, whenever I was working for this missile, at the top nozzle, we were working for some material which is supposed to withstand the high temperature and should be very, very hard because it is a nozzle. And we were working on carbon nanofibers. Same time, we visited through my friend, he was talking about, through his friend, he visited in Hyderabad a center which was meant for reformation or rather rehabilitation for polio victims. And he saw these children are walking with these calipers, which is heavy caliper, each weighing 5 to 6 kgs, unable to walk, unable to run. And Dr. Abdul Kalam says, such a heavy 5 kgs each, children cannot walk, something to be done. He went back, same material which was using at the top of the nozzle, very hard carbon fiber material, he prepared. During his vacation time, he brought engineers, he brought the scientists over there and designed and came back to the same rehabilitation center of polio victims and prepared their calipers, each weighing only 400 grams. And Dr. Abdul Kalam says, when I saw these children wearing those calipers of 400 gram, running, playing football, cycling, and above all, by looking at the tears of their mothers, I felt this is the bliss moment. Being in St. Aloysius, whatever innovation at the end of the day we do it, that innovation, at least a part of it, should serve the society to the least and the lost. I wish you all very happy Engineers Day. Let this innovation be the true innovation in sense. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the address. The time has come to hear from the man whose life is a legacy. May I now call upon our chief guest, Dr. Lazar Matthew, to address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Why my children are there? Why don't you come to the friend? You are very difficult to, we are all, even if you think that we are like tigers, we are paper tigers. Don't get worried. Come to the front. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis, Registrar Dr. Nazareth, my friend Guest of Honor Dr. Neil, Dr. Ruben, dear ladies, coordinators, and friends. After hearing Dr. Dasarath, I felt that no wonder why the person asked me to speak afterwards, because it is really difficult. You have a wonderful registrar who can speak very well. I should. Some of what he said are already in my slides. So I will repeat that even though he said that, because I made my slides earlier and his vision is so good. I mean, he is probably more visionary than me. I thought I'll address you with some of the slides which he has already spoken. So you will see that in my slides. I must congratulate Vice Chancellor and others for having this Engineers Day. It's a great occasion for all of you. First time it is in your university. So a round of applause for the Vice Chancellor, please. And also Ruben, who is my friend, who is organizing on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and others. It's very good. Congratulations, Ruben. I don't have to speak too much now because I have to speak again and bore you with a slide lecture afterwards. But I must touch one or two points. You have seen that, the 16th, the 15th of September is the Engineers Day because we have the birthday of Sir Bharat Ratna Visvesvaraya. It's very correct. He is probably the tallest engineer of our country. And you know his achievements, Krishnarajasagar Dam, everybody might have seen how he made it, how he made, the water wells to filter water, and how he made irrigation system in Hyderabad followed by, in Karnataka. And how he convinced the then rulers, the British, the need for India to have this kind of thing. And incidentally, he has also made an automatic lock. That is interesting. I mean, I was reading about him. Then they said that he has got an automatic lock in his name. That is a patent by him. Now, he is definitely the greatest. There is another person whose birthday is on 15th October. Who is that? Who is that? Our registrar should know. He is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His birthday is on 15th October. So after 1 month, you will have another great engineer. He's also an engineer. Interestingly, this man wanted to become a pilot. I worked with him closely 14 years. I was director in 2-3 places and he was my boss. And I know this man so well. Abu Qadir Fakir Jainal Abdin APJ, that is the full form, Abdul Kalam. And he was the son of a boatman, very poor. He didn't have many time food, one little kanji on a day, and then he didn't have. He used to sell newspapers to get the fees for his studies. These are not stories. These are from his own mouth, I can tell you. Such a man, and you have seen the condition of Vishweshwaraya's story also. So this doesn't mean that only those poor people can come up in life. I don't say that. But what is interesting is these poor people, when they want to become something great, they put all their effort there. So we have Vishweshwaraya followed by our president. He is known as Missile Man. Missile Man. Because he made the missile for our country. And this particular, what is called, the two children wearing that caliper, you will see a slide from mine. So I don't want to talk about it. But what is interesting is, he has, very humble beginning, worked very hard and reached on the top. Reached on the top. To achieve that, he didn't even marry. He said, if I marry, probably I will be doing an injustice to a woman. So he didn't do that. Okay, that doesn't mean you all should not marry. I want you to all marry. Okay? Now don't take a wrong message. Sir said not to marry. I myself married. And in fact, I was telling you before marrying, my girlfriend in those days, 1965 and 70, both of us used to come to this campus to pray in this chapel. And we used to pray, actually speaking, that allow us to get married a lot. But because there was so much of objection, I belonged to Kerala, my wife belonged to Goa, and there was so much of objections. So we both come and pray every Sunday here, saying that we should be married. A fact, Father. Why I am saying this to you? This place was full of forest at that time. Now it is, of course, a jungle, concrete jungle, but no, we can't help it. What we call development is always like that. So Vishweshwaraya probably started this development in our country. Kalam has made many things, as you said. One of the biggest achievement of Kalam is cryogenic engine. Cryogenic engine was denied by US, and we didn't know what to do. The whole program of our LCA missile will become stuck up without a cryogenic engine. So everybody thought, finished, what we can be done. Kalam alone thought that no, we will make cryogenic engine. And we made cryogenic engine in India. Why don't you understand that? So Atmanirbhar Bharat started with the Kalam, because he made a cryogenic engine in this country when it was almost impossible. Now okay, that's about a missile man. I want to talk about another man who didn't get Bharat Ratna. He is known as the milkman of India. You heard about him, I don't know. He is Varghese Kurian. If you ask me one person whom the country did a wrong thing is by not giving him a Bharat Ratna. A man who made milk everywhere available here. White revolution is his contribution. He is a dairy engineer, not a veterinary person. He is a dairy engineer. And he was at that time, when I had a small stint with him, worked with him for 3 months. And he was advised to various countries, including Denmark. And this man, those days, there was no milk for even the newborn. Milk was such a difficult thing in this country in 1960s. And here is a person who brought milk to this country. And he is Varghese Kurian. And what you call is Amul, is Anand Milk Union Limited, started by him. and that was in Anand. And also he made a factory called Kanjari Factory for animal feed. Great man I should say. We have many, many greats like this. Living legends like we have E. Sridharan, the motor man of India. Missile man, milkman, motor man of India. And of course, Neil is looking at me. What about Narayana Murthy, sir? Yes, he is there. He is there, of course, no doubt about it. The information technology man of India. So I think we have plenty of people in our own country who have achieved a very high status in the engineering field. And of course, if you look at people from outside, like Thomas Alva Edison, I hope you heard about him. Young people may not even hear. They only know about AI and AI all the time. AI is okay. And he told you AI will be there along with other things also will be there. So this man, Thomas Alva Edison, all the bulbs which you see, the electric bulb. The communication, Alexander Graham Bell and James Watt, for example, who started the railway engine. There are so many. In fact, in between the old and the new is Ford, Henry Ford, who made the line and then the large number of cars and so on. I will say that from the old to the new and in between. So what is that, these people, what are you going to learn from them? That is the issue. One of the most important things, what already your registrar said, is hard work and the knowledge thing. We are today a knowledge society. So if one is not ready to have the knowledge of a thing, even AI, you may not become, you don't have to get employed by AI, but you should know as an engineer something about AI. What AI can do, what AI cannot do. So you should be somewhat, familiar. So little not like me. Little more than that. Your knowledge about AI should be much better. So one is knowledge. What is next one? Of course, all of them have shown hard work because they had even I didn't have a good background in my childhood. I am a child of six children and 24 people in the family, father. Combined the family, 24 of us. You can imagine. I don't think that I had a very good childhood. But then, with that difficult situations, we studied. In Kerala, that is the only thing. People keep on studying. And they try to go abroad and make some living. I didn't go abroad, but then that is how they do it. So, it's not that all of us had very good, situations to study and so on. Some of you will be having the same problem. Some of you will be taking, loan from the bank. Doesn't matter. I can tell you there is a future for you. The future is in you. Remember that God is with you. When you struggle, He struggles with you. That's the interesting thing. When you struggle, God struggles with you. And then you and He becomes a great force and you can achieve many things. So remember that hard work. Second point is hard work. What is next? All these people had some kind of a managerial skill apart from engineering. I am an engineer. I know only AI. I know only computer. Will not work. If you want to go up, you need to know many other things. All of them were leaders. All of them were engineers with managerial skills, administrative skills. Look at Kalam. He is known as the best manager of the world. All the world I'm saying at that time. His name came in one book wherein they said best man manager. And I believe in it because I have worked with him up to 2 a.m. in the night, almost every day. Can you imagine? A man starts his work at 9 o'clock and ends at 2 a.m. in the night. It's not a joke I'm telling you. It's a real thing. Real thing. 2 o'clock he stops everything. In 2 o'clock means 1 to 1:30 to 2 o'clock we are walking around discussing science. 2 o'clock he goes to bed. Take his veena. He is not a veena player at all, but he wants to relax with the veena for half an hour. 2:30 he goes to bed, or 3 o'clock he goes to bed and gets up at 7:30. Why I'm saying this to you? Hard work plus managerial skill. Man manager, you should know how to deal with the people. People are your assets. Look at Narayana Murthy. How much thousands and thousands of people are in Infosys. It's all leadership. So leadership quality. Then there is something called self-discipline. Self-discipline, not the discipline which university telling that 9 o'clock you come, your attendance will be marked and so on. No. Your own discipline. So I'll call it as A, B, C, D for you, just to remember. A is for academics, administration. P is for your behavior, how you get along with the people. C is for your communication skill. How do you communicate with people? Learn the language. Just Kannada may not be enough. Learn the language, communication. Not only verbal communication, written communication, but your body language. When I am talking to you, I can be very angry and you will say, this guy, oh, so angry he is. I am not angry right now. Communication, and D is discipline. So A, B, C, D. Remember this, that this old man told you, apart from your knowledge in the subject, remember academics, administration, behavior, communication and discipline. Once again, congratulations for the engineering day. Enjoy the engineering day. Learn from the engineering day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your gracious words. Carrying forward the spirit of this day, may I now invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis S.J., to deliver the presidential address.
Respected Dr. Lazar Matthew, the chief guest, Mr. Neil Rodriguez, the guest of honor, Dr. Ronald Nazareth, the registrar, Dr. Ruben, the dean of School of Engineering, Dr. Geeta Pinto, the convener, Ms. Arati, the convener, my dear members of the faculty and students. I would like to first of all wish you a very happy Engineers Day. For the first time in the history of St. Aloysius, in 146 years, we are beginning the engineering program, and you are the first batch, will always be remembered for celebrating Engineers Day at St. Aloysius, deemed to be university. You feel proud. Maybe after 140 years, next they will talk about this batch and say how they have celebrated Engineers Day here and how the students have made their families, their region, their institution and the country proud. I'm sure that you heard a lot about from Dr. Lazar, lot of scientists' names. Today definitely we celebrate the special scientist, Dr. Vishwesharaya, and how his contribution to the field of science and engineering. Already our speakers have spoken a lot about different things. I don't want to carry on with it, but just would like to summarize few of these that Mr. Neil has spoken about AI. I would all recommend you to read a recent book on AI 2041. That's one of the best books in the market about AI. It's all about stories. There are 10 stories starting with Mumbai with a golden elephant, and beautifully it narrates how the AI will change our lives for better, not for worse. Though he spoke about disruptive kind of innovation, but then all this disruptive innovation will bring in both, but it all depends on us, how to take the positive aspects of life. And Dr. Ronald, he should have been a Jesuit. He speaks like a Jesuit, and also Dr. Lazar said, he has stolen few things from him, he has stolen few things from me also about Jesuit life. He has already spoken beautifully about the innovation, problem solving, and what we as Jesuits in higher education always think about. Definitely about the poor. That's why men and women for and with others. That is our mindset. And also Dr. Lazarus spoke about beautifully the ABCD, bringing in a lot of aspect. I would say if you would like to be a good engineer, each one of you, today being Engineers Day, should take down 10 engineers. Will you do that? Their life and biography. That is the beginning. Will you all do it? Yes, by today evening, it's simple. Go to AI, you will get all the information. You don't have to search for it. 10 engineers, but it should not be same. That would be a little difficult. Maybe you can check and see and read all 10 and stick to only one or two who inspire you. Okay, their life will inspire. That is the beginning of our story. If anybody has done something great, they would have definitely read about someone and got inspired and done something differently. And that is what I think we would like you to do it today on the day of Engineers Day. Okay, I'm sure tomorrow the Dean and Associate and Assistant Dean will check. That would be your assignment for tomorrow early morning. That each one of you will come with 10 scientists about one page, and after that also 2 scientists that you choose. That means there is a lot of work for you tonight. Till 2 o'clock you can work, as Dr. Lazar said, at least on this Engineers Day, imitating the inspiration of Dr. A.P. Abdul Kalam, that 2 o'clock you must walk around, and till then you can find out, and tomorrow morning be here around 9 o'clock. He said not that kind of a discipline, but that discipline also part of the behavior, but self-discipline, he said, the most important thing. In all this ABCD, unless you're motivated from within, nobody can help you. We can have the best of things here, best of inspirational speakers here, best of people to be around, but then you will not do anything because you are not motivated from within. Have you seen an egg? Egg can be broken from outside, isn't it? What will happen? There is no life. We are, most of us, like the egg, but then you are like an egg, but we are like people who are trying to break it from outside. But if we break it from within, what will happen? There is a beautiful life that is coming in, isn't it? So we want you to do that instead of we trying to break you from outside and kill your life, rather than you break from within at the appropriate time so that the life comes out and you will live here. Make us come every day so that we also along with you come with joy and try to do something very innovative and creative. And finally, doing that creative and innovative science to reach the poorest of the poor. I was today incidentally going through a video on AI, almost about 25 minutes. I was lost in that from 8:30 to 9. That's why I was a little delayed to come, because I was inspired. And this man was at the helm of affairs, is talking about AI. He said AI will not do anything to touch your lives. As Mr. Neil said, any tool will not disrupt any one of us unless you are a mediocre. It will disrupt everyone. But if you want to do something great, even as artist, singer, dancer, or anything, no thing will disturb you, and AI will only help you. AI is only a tool. AI is only a tool. It cannot take the personal experience of each and every one of us. So if you come with your experience and innovative ideas and use the tool for betterment of the society, he says how it is useful for the billionaire, it is also useful for the poorest of the poor. Imagine now, who can change? Now the tool is given in your hand, the similar tool which is given in the hands of the billionaire. He will try to make more money, but you can also challenge him with your innovative ideas. So that is all about that tool that I was reading today and going through. It is so inspiring. You must go through some of these videos. Will tell you how in the today's world, as engineers, how we can use these tools and make a difference and make your life itself is more enjoyable in learning. Our life should be more enjoyable in learning. Otherwise, people say, what learning is boring? Coming to a class is boring. That should be the last word that we should be able to use it, because you are motivated from within. You said, I am coming there. There's something very interesting in the college. If it is not so, I will make it interesting. You go to library, you read, you understand, you question, you come together, you communicate, you engage. And today's world is all about collaboration. About 40, 50 years ago, people worked in silos. But now people would like to come together with, as Dr. Ronald said, interdisciplinary knowledge. Each one comes with a different domain and bring that expertise and try to solve a problem together so that there is no poor in this country. That's why I remember these SDG goals. I keep reminding you. I told you on the day one that there are SDG goals. I don't know how many of you have seen this, and those of you who have seen are fortunate enough. If you have not seen, go and see it again. There are 17 goals, starting with the first one itself. There is no going to be poverty and reduce the hunger. All that can be done using these tools. And remember that if we can do it, our world will be a better place for all of us to live in. May that happen. May that pledge be taken today on the Engineers Day, that each one of you, either by yourself or in collaboration, do something great for yourself, to your family, to your institution, and to the world. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Father, for your inspiring message and vision. Gratitude is the essence of every celebration. To extend our thanks to all who made this day possible, I now invite our Dean, Dr. S. Rubin, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So good morning, everyone. So honorable dignitaries on the stage and my dear friends. First and foremost, happy Engineers Day to all the engineers here, as well as all the budding engineers. So once again, it's my joy to acknowledge everyone who are gathered here this morning for the first ever Engineers Day celebration in St. Aloysius deemed to be university. In this Aloysius deemed to be university, we were breeding many engineers indirectly, but the vision of having a school of engineering is from our great visionary, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Pravin Martis. And it's indeed always a joy to listen to him and being encouraged at every levels. And today we are so glad that Father is there with us as the president of this first Engineers Day celebration. So on behalf of the school, let me take this time to thank Father for being here. On behalf of all of us, let's put our hands together and appreciate Father for being here this morning. Our chief guest, Dr. Lasso Matthew, it's so much privilege to know Sir from the last few years, and so I have heard him speak, and it was such a great joy to listen to him. So much of insights and so much of value, and above everything, you know, he is a man who has immensely touched hundreds and thousands of young people across various spectrum. So we are so glad to have you with us today, and we are also looking forward to listen to that great speech that you are going to give to us. So on behalf of our school, may I request Father Pravin to kindly give this small gift as a token of appreciation. Put your hands together, appreciate. So it was also a great joy to listen to our respectable registrar, Dr. Ronald Nesraith. You know, so many months before and years before, as Father was giving us direction, there was this man who was behind this mission of getting the School of Engineering here at Aloysius, and I had such a joy and privilege to work under Sir, and so much of insights and so much of hard work and so much of dedication, and I would consider him as a great man with a great commitment. And it is truly joyful to have our respectable registrar with us today. Thank you so much, Sir, for being here this morning. On behalf of the School of Engineering, thank you so much. Our guest of honor, Mr. Neil It's been, a great, encouragement to know him the last few months, and we have started to collaborate and talk about how the school has to grow. And I was so much thankful to him. This morning he had a client visit, and when I had requested him, he made sure that the client visit is postponed a little later, and he made himself available for us today. And this is a motto. We do not want to be an institution where we do not want to be a place where engineering graduates would come out, but we would want to be a place where engineers would be breeded. And I thank you so much, Mr. Neil, for being here, and every step, thank you for walking us. So may I request our respectable registrar to give this memento as a token of our love and appreciation to Mr. Neil. Put your hands together, guys. Let's. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Neil. And so a program of this, we have the program coordinators, Dr. Geeta ma'am, as well as Mrs. Arati. So along with the entire faculty team, they were shouldering this responsibility, and we have a lot of programs that is scheduled for throughout this day. And thank you so much, ma'am, for making sure everything is in place. So our entire faculty team, as usual, so we are working together, and the best part of today's celebration is all of you guys who are here. So thank you so much, students, for making yourself available for everything that we are going to put today. And today's morning, the choreo was mesmerizing. I really would want to thank everyone, the choir and the entire team who made that act. And I wish that we would have a very fruitful day. Thank you, everyone. May God bless us all.
Thank you, sir. At this juncture, I respectfully request our coordinators to kindly escort the dignitaries off the stage with due courtesy. Ladies and gentlemen, let us extend our warm appreciation as they step down from the dais.